white people don't really exist if you think about it, because if race is a construct, and whiteness, from my estimation, is something that is a bleaching of culture and it's a bleaching of identity. So to say someone is like a white person, if you think of yourself as a white person, you've already been colonized and probably for thousands of years. So that isn't to say that the systems in our country and elsewhere in the world as well aren't such that white privilege is a reality that we have to deal with. But that's different than someone adopting the identity of, I am a white person. For white people to question the idea that they're white is part and parcel to doing anti-racist work. For white people to go, how is it that we came to this time and place where I'm introducing myself as a white person instead of, a Belgian person or a, Celtic person or whatever, some more tribal culture that you come from, and saying, this is who I am, from going from that to I am white, to recognize that there's an incredible poverty, in that concept, and a lot of loss and a lot of grief has happened to my ancestors for me to arrive at the place where I would say, I'm white. Wait, I'm white? How did that happen? How did I get here? There really is no such thing as white culture, because whiteness itself was an extraction of people from their indigenous places on the globe, and a bleaching of their culture until they become this kind of homogenous society that we call, white people. It's not actually a culture. So for white people to realize that the same processes of racism and destruction of languages and customs and traditions that are happening all around the globe right now also happened to, let's just say, people of European heritage who are now maybe considered white. But those same things happened to people of European heritage. It was just longer ago. There's this quote by a woman named Lila Watson, who is an activist in Australia, I believe it is. And she said, you might know this quote, if you've come here to help me, you're wasting your time. But if you've come here because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together. So this is what I mean about white people questioning their own whiteness and going on a search for where do I come from? Mm-hmm. Who actually am I? Who are my people? What are the languages my people speak or spoke? What are the songs they sung? How do I speak to my ancestors? Are my ancestors gone? Are my ancestors lost? Do I actually have wisdom in my own lineage so I don't have to appropriate other people's lineages? And the answer is yes, all of those things. And if you don't do that, you show up to some type of anti-racist movement from a place of, being a do-gooder, or you're trying to be a good white person, or you're doing it out of guilt or shame at who you are, or you're doing it because you're doing them a favor, or you're doing it because, you're a philanthropist or it's a charity. All of those things are incredibly shallow, and you will become burned out in the movement, or you will be canceled, or, you won't last in any type of anti-racist work unless you realize this happened to my people too. Then you have people who can actually join hands and work together for real change, for us to realize there's one human race. We're all brothers and sisters. And if we don't start actually healing and getting along, all of us lose, Oh!